Hi, Jessica. All right, let's go and take a look. I got your composition up. Right here. Just get that fit in the window appropriately. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. So I wouldn't use the same typeface. I think that typewriter is a really great concept for the front of the poster, but this American typewriter or this typewriter type is just not the most legible at all. I do not recommend setting type in. American typewriter or any kind of typewriter font is good for special situations. I think we can consider this to be a decorative typeface. I do not recommend setting your type in the same font that you used for the front. So I would definitely recommend using a different typeface. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your typography. And to do that, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I think your character count's a little long here. Character count this might point to 2 columns. I mean, this is borderline, but you're probably, I'd say, pushing over 90 characters. Your character count should be anywhere between 50 and 70 characters, depending on your target audience. But I think it's 50 to 70 characters, but we're probably pushing 100 here. You count your characters by counting all of the characters, the spaces, and the punctuation. As I said, in between 50 and 70 characters would be optimal, which points to a second a second column of type. Your numbers, you want to either use old style, old style numerals, or reduce the size of the numbers. That's all covered in video tutorials located in the course announcements. That looks like 2 spaces after that period. You definitely only want to include 1 space after periods. It looks like 2 spaces after that comma as well. So you want to check that. Be sure to go over them. Remember week 4 when we had that discussion on the 18 rules of type. Definitely want to make yourself aware of those. Check your regs. Regs need to be adjusted. Again, those are covered in the course tutorials within the course announcements. Check your use of italics. You'd have to do some research and see when is appropriate use for italics and then apply accordingly. Okay, the timeline, I'm having an issue with the timeline. The reason is because the timeline is not designed. The timeline is, it's just a chronological listing of events, right? So it's really important to design the timeline. Take a look at those examples that I included. Every one of them borrows some sort of element from the front of the poster and incorporates it in the back of the poster many times to assemble the timeline, which creates wonderful harmony between the front and the back of the poster. So my recommendation is that you try to design this timeline accordingly. You want, so what am I going to be looking for? I'm going to be looking for use of old style, I'm sorry, use of excuse me, sorry, at any rate, within the body copy, I'll be looking for use of old style figures. You're okay here because those aren't part of a body copy. So old style figures. Adjusting your rags. Appropriate use of M dash, N dash, hyphen. Use of small caps as opposed to all caps. Did I say your rags? So we have M dash, use of dashes. Small caps as opposed to all caps, old style numerals, or reduce the size of your numerals accordingly. Check your rags and watch your orphans and widows. These are all widows right here, all of them. You never want to have one word on a line of type alone, and you've got multiple instances of that. So we definitely want to adjust those out. Okay, other than that, I think we're looking pretty good. See, that's good use of italic right there. So you want to, yeah, good job. So you want to apply that accordingly throughout. Okay, so I'm really, really looking for a nice designed timeline. So let's see if we can work in that towards that end goal. All right. Okay, so that said, I think it's a really good, it's a good start. Few areas we want to address, but I think you're on it, right? I mean, you're doing such a great job. I think that this should be no problem for you. But I'll tell you what, though, when you are adjusting your work, please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarifications. All right, great start. Thank you very much.